Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Kev's Movie Corner. I am Kev. She is Nikki.
Hi.
And this week we are rounding out the end of our Indiana Jones spectacular marathon, whatever, with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Nick, this movie came out in 2023, so just a couple of years ago. This one's relatively new, so we actually have to use the spoilers actually matter on this one, because there might be people that haven't actually watched this one yet. This one is the longest of any of these movies, I believe, because most of them are right at 2 hours or so. This one's 2.5. This one's a little longer. So,
did you go see this in theaters when it came out? I know I did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Did we go together?
I don't think so. We might have. But
I just remember, I know I saw it in theaters. Yeah. This was the only one that I think I had seen in theaters. I don't think I had seen Crystal Skull in theaters. I think we bought it at Walmart after. But anyways.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I went to see it. In theaters. But I don't think I went with you to see it in theaters.
I don't know.
But I don't remember. Anyway, this came out in 2003. You have, again, Harrison Ford as our protagonist, Indiana Jones. So, archeologist Indiana Jones races against time to retrieve a legendary artifact that can change the course of history, is the synopsis from IMDb. You have Phoebe Waller-Bridge as Helena, which doesn't really tell you anything. Mads Mikkelsen, I don't remember how you actually pronounce his name, as Dr. Voller. You have Ethann Isidore as Teddy, and that's the majority of your main cast in this movie. This is also the only Indiana Jones movie that is not directed by Steven Spielberg. It's actually directed by James Mangold. So, Nick, we learned last week that you have a hot take on this movie.
Yes. This is my favorite. Well, that's just the hot take. It's not really a hot take for others. It's a hot take for myself, I guess. This is my favorite because it has a happy ending. And I know that this is Harrison Ford's final. He said that this is his final Indiana Jones movie.
This is the final Indiana Jones movie anyway, but yes.
Well, yeah, because they've talked about doing a reboot and doing other movies with different actors, like playing like a young Indiana Jones or something. But Harrison Ford has said this is his final one. Okay. And they end it well, with Marion and everything. So I like that because, I like sappy things. But this is my favorite story of all. Okay. So I love the Archimedes time. It's not really time. Kind of time travel. I guess it is.
It's time travel for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is my favorite story overall. The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Crystal Skull was my favorite until this one. Okay. Because I really liked the knowledge. I very much related to the woman that was like, tell me everything I want to know, because that's me. But
I get that. I don't want to end up how she did in that movie, but
I don't want to end up how she ended up. But this is my favorite story. I love when they go back and like meet Archimedes, and I don't know. I just love everything about it. And then how Helena like tells Indy like, punches him because he can't stay in history. Like this is my favorite storyline.
I will say that the storyline with this is very interesting. Like the storyline and how this movie goes is very interesting. I will give you that. Yeah. The problem that I have with this movie, and I didn't like about it, is Harrison Ford is too flippin' old for this movie.
See, okay, I don't think so. I think he was perfect in this story. They had him play his age, which is great.
No,
except for like the CGI in the beginning. But to
that's
me,
that's where I had the problem. Is there was so many points where it was blatantly obvious that I'm watching something that is not real, and
yeah.
I could
But I
just
mean
I could
that's with any
see.
Indiana Jones. We've said that for everyone we've talked
Well,
about. There's always something to it that is not
but
real or is
but if I
cheesy or
well, it's cheesy, but if I look at the old movies,
Mhm.
it's all practical. It's not when I look at I don't like I like practical effects. I like
Temple
effects.
of Doom is not practical.
Well, but the effects are practical. And what I mean is they're
Okay.
not done with a computer to where it looks
Oh,
fake. You know what I'm saying? Like
okay.
it's
Yeah.
not like watching a video game where it doesn't look right. It doesn't look right to
Yeah.
what you're looking at. Whereas
Okay, I could see that.
where I'm watching Indiana Jones, it looks like I'm watching an old video game, and it just doesn't look right. There's something
Mm,
about it that doesn't even look like it's even supposed to be a movie.
interesting.
When I'm watching this
See,
new one,
yeah.
especially the part where they
To
age him
me,
down, like it
yeah.
just doesn't. It looks he doesn't he doesn't look like it looks like Harrison Ford, but it doesn't. It's just
Yeah.
it's that
I could see that.
uncanny. I mean, it's called the uncanny valley because it doesn't look
Yeah.
correct.
It's like too perfect
Yeah,
almost. And
not
um
how
to
it's supposed to
me,
be.
Harrison Ford is my male Dolly Parton.
Okay. I mean,
So
I
to
love
me,
Harrison Ford.
like, yes. And you know how like I love everything Dolly's doing. Is the music and everything Dolly's doing now as good as Jolene? No, of course not. Or, 9 to 5, but God, she's killing it. And
Yeah.
that's how I feel about Harrison Ford. And so I really like the storyline and how they ended it. And I love everything about it. So, like, I can get past, like, I basically make an excuse because, like, he's like my Dolly, if
Yeah,
that makes
okay.
sense.
I mean, that's fine. It's
Well, that's why it was a hot take for me. Like, I totally get why this would probably be some people's very last,
yeah.
you know,
And
ranked
you know
one.
what? If they came out with a new, if Harrison Ford decided to make another Indiana Jones movie and it came out next year, I would still go watch it because it's still an
Yeah.
Indiana Jones movie. And again, my biggest problem was that first scene, that first part where he's aged down. That's the biggest
Yeah.
problem that I have. The rest of it isn't as bad. I like the Archimedes part. That's great. I
Hmm.
like the rest of it. I think the story is great and fun and
Yeah.
interesting. I think it's really done
I'm
well.
assuming, I mean, I'm not a movie director. Maybe there was no other way to set up that story right because there's that moment where Indy and Dr. Voller or whatever, the Nazi doctor,
Mhm.
when they're old, see each other at that auction and they're like, "Oh." Like I don't think the emotion of that moment could have been portrayed if they hadn't have set up the beginning in the way they did. Even if it wasn't like, probably what we exactly perfect and like I don't know. The age down is kind of weird. I agree, but I think if they hadn't done that, the rest of the setup of that emotional meeting of them wouldn't have been as impactful. It would have been like it's just another. He's met so many Nazis in his life. What does it matter? You know?
Yeah, I understand that, and I get it. I wish they would have either, and that's fine if you want to do that. That's
Mhm.
I wish they would have gotten somebody then who looks, I guess, closer to him. They should have, in
Like to
my
play a
yeah,
young Indiana Jones or
get
something.
somebody that looks close enough to what Harrison Ford used to look like, and then age
Yeah.
him, and then try to age him down even more and make him even younger. Is what I
Hmm.
would have tried to do. Is get him and just make it to where he just looks even like get it to where
Yeah.
it's not. Let's just not try to use the AI
Kind of
and
like
age him
how they
down.
did. Was that Raiders or the Last
It was
Crusade
the
where they
Last
did the
Crusade
young?
when they used
Yeah.
yeah,
Kind of like
Joaquin
that.
Phoenix, yeah.
Yes,
It
Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah.
like do like that. And that it's
Mhm.
the same idea. They used him at the beginning. Now those that
Mhm.
doesn't have anything to do with the rest of the movie that's,
Yeah.
but I'd rather they do that and put somebody else in there to do that
Do
first
you
scene.
think if Steven Spielberg had directed and not whoever the other guy is, do you think it would have been done differently?
Um, I don't know because I think Steven Spielberg's still an executive producer on this, so I kind of doubt it.
Interesting.
Like, and it's still produced, I think, by Lucasfilm, and
Okay.
it's still produced by Lucasfilm, and I think the technology is used Lucasfilm, so it's still all done by Lucasfilm. So
Okay.
I kind of doubt it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
um, maybe, but that was a big part of
Yeah.
that. I don't know. I
Yeah.
just didn't. I just didn't.
No, I knew this would be a hot take. I just love, I don't know. Also, so there's some points in the older movies. This is just because I'm technically, I'm like right on that cusp of Gen Z. So I blame things on that. Maybe the older movies, there were points where like I got on my phone or something. Like some of the chase
You
scenes,
get
like I
bored, yeah.
can't do. Like the chase scene is like 20 hours long, it feels like. Maybe this one is just like more modern, fast paced. Maybe my brain, my ADHD brain can keep up with it. I don't know. But I totally understand why this is other people's not favorite.
See,
But
but
this is definitely my
but
favorite.
I think the tuk tuk chase scene in this is longer than the chase scene in any other of these movies.
Yeah, but it's interesting.
And also, there is no tuk tuk that I've ever heard of or seen in my life that goes as fast as those tuk tuks.
I know.
They were
Yeah.
going like 80 miles an hour in tuk tuk.
Yeah.
Like, what the
They're going
hell?
very fast. But I love it because I was
I
never
was
bored.
I watched a tuk tuk race once on Top Gear, and
Yeah.
they were doing an uphill. They were in another country, and they were doing an uphill like a hill climb race. They had set it up in another country, and the tuk tuk couldn't even like it was sitting at the line to start the race, and the dude floored it at the line and started going backwards because he didn't have enough power to go forwards, so they had to push him to get him to go forwards so he could start the race. So
That's
tuk-tuks don't
funny.
have enough power to go 80 miles an hour like they were
Yeah.
in that scene.
I mean, there are so many moments in these movies like that too.
There
But
are. There's so many ridiculous moments, but I was watching that, and that was another point where I was just like, this is ridiculous. There's no way this tuk-tuk is keeping up with a Mercedes-Benz and a Jaguar in the streets of
mhm.
wherever they're at. Like, it's a tuk-tuk. Like, what is going on? Like,
Yeah.
this is ridiculous. They're going like 60, 70, 80 miles an hour in a tuk-tuk. Like,
Hmm.
no, this is crazy. But anyway, yeah, the story is
I love
fun
the
and
story.
interesting. The
Hmm.
the I just don't like the execution of some of it. Is my
Yeah.
is my biggest thing. Like,
I feel like that's the opinion held by a lot of people about this.
yeah. Like, I like the actors. I think everybody does a
Hmm.
good job. Um, you know,
Hmm.
Mads that plays the villain, the main villain in this.
Hmm.
He also plays the main villain in Casino Royale in the first of the James Bond, like the reboot of the or not reboot, but the James Bond films with
Hmm.
uh Daniel Craig, the new ones with Daniel Craig. He played the villain in the first of
Hmm.
those ones, and he does a great job doing that. So like, he's a really good actor too. So yeah, he does a great job. But anyway,
Yeah.
um, I did find a couple of interesting things. I know Harrison Ford did talk to Stephen Colbert one time about the de aging thing. Um,
Hmm.
uh, he said it was really cool, like how they did it.
Hmm.
He is the oldest actor to be de-aged in a movie. Um,
Interesting.
Al Pacino is second. He was de-aged in The Irishman. He's 79 when they did that. But apparently they use Lucasfilm. They put a bunch of like the computer put a bunch of dots on his face, and then they scan through all the movies that Harrison Ford has ever been in, or AI does. They scan through all the
Oh.
movies that he's ever been in that they have the rights to, and then they like the computer creates a
Hmm.
model of his face from older movies and then recreate his like de-aged face. Which I thought was, I mean, it's interesting how they can do it. I just it just doesn't look right to me. So that's, my thing. So.
I mean, AI is AI. It's like watching AI videos on Facebook. You know they're, well, unless you're a boomer or my mom, you know they're AI.
Yeah. So anyway, Harrison Ford went on 40-mile bike rides and daily walks to get in shape for this role again. When he was asked about the film, when he was asked about its, I guess it failed the box office. It didn't do well. This says it didn't do well. It did open number 1 the first weekend, but it didn't do well after that, I guess. He said shit happens. He's just like,
yeah, he doesn't care. He's said in interviews before, he just cares about the money.
Yeah.
Why he gets paid.
He did say that he was, he was happy that he made the movie because it's like, it's like
a good farewell.
Yeah, it's like a nice way to he said to what did he say here? He said, shit happens. I was really really the one that felt there was another story to tell when Indy had suffered the consequences of the life that he had to live. I wanted one more chance to pick him up and shake off the dust, or shake the dust off his ass and stick him out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, he is only the second actor to star in a film that has opened number 1 at the box office in 6 consecutive decades.
Interesting.
Sylvester Stallone is the other.
Yeah. I mean, Harrison Ford is legendary.
80.
Like I said, he's my Dolly Parton
Uh-huh.
in male form. So.
Yep. He was paid $25 million for this film, which is more than the entire budget for Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That's funny.
And speaking of old people, John Williams, who wrote the score for Indiana Jones and several other films, we did a whole podcast episode on him, was 92 and was nominated for, became the oldest person nominated for an Academy Award for Best Original Score. He was also previously, he beat himself because he was previously the oldest person nominated for an Academy Award for The Fabelmans at 91. So,
Interesting.
So yeah, there you go. And I told you last week that this is rated last in your tomato meter for Rotten Tomatoes for the Indiana Jones movies. So number 5, this was only a 71 on Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter, which, to tell you the truth,
still way better
is
than
not
some
that,
of the other movies we talked about.
Is not that bad.
Because weren't some of the Harry Potters in like the 30s or something?
Yeah,
30s
they got pretty low.
Yeah.
Considering this one went from like all 5 of these movies ranked from 94 to 71, that's a pretty relatively small gap for all 5 of them, I would say.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So that is all of them. But yeah. That was fun. I like the Indiana Jones movies.
I do. I love Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones and Star Wars are probably my favorite movie series,
Yeah.
I think.
Star Wars is coming up in a couple months. February, I think.
Yeah.
We've got it planned February.
January,
February, something like that.
something like that.
Yeah. We'll get to that eventually. So anyway. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and we will talk to you. I don't remember what's next week, but we'll talk to you next week.